Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Central TV.
I love
Central TV.
All right, so we are now live.
We had to inform you.
Do you hear me okay?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so it's now over to you. We are live.
Good evening. Good evening. Today is February 8th, 2026. This is Central TV, the online TV that bring you the best information, the balanced news. And today our guest in studio is that of Dr. Vlule. Dr. Vlule is a very powerful leader, so he will be our guest in the studio today, dialogue with a leadership doctor, Dr. Vlule, and a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice. He also has Master in International Psychology, and he has PhD from the Chicago University with a doctorate research in prison mental health, Moreover City Prison. He preaches research and impact to foster resilience and honor-deserving community. Dr. Vlule has series of leadership ability. His leadership includes being a founding member of the United NEMA Citizen Council, but in Indiana, they call it NEMA Development Association of Indiana. Currently, Dr. Vlule is a two-term former Secretary General of the Liberia Association of Indiana. Dr. Vlule is also a board member and former policy council, president of the Development Service Head Start at Indiana, former EULA board member. Dr. Vlule is not always contented with his leadership. He always pressed forward. He also a former board member of EULA and former chair of the Indiana Department of Correction International Employee Resource Group. Dr. Vlule is also a son of NEMA County, and I am proud that Dr. Vlule and my mother hail from the same district number 7, Lao, NEMA County. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll stay tuned. I will welcome Dr. Vlule to Central TV.
So we are currently facing some technical error. We're trying to get that Vlule in, so he asked for about 8 minutes to be here with us. So I was just putting that out there to you.
Oh, sure, definitely. We work with his time. We just want to let everybody know that today, Sunday dialogue, leadership dialogue, going to be a hot one. It's going to be educative. It's going to be powerful because we have in the studio, we will have in the studio our own son, our own. We are so proud of him. I mean, I call him boy, but he's actually a man. But I call him boy because I saw him grow up. He came to America, passed through a lot of things in Liberia before he came to America. And when he came to America, he did not let his situation to quench him down. He took his situation, put it on his shoulder, lift for his head hard. And at his age now, he have PhD. Again, he did not just sit by, go through depression. I didn't say a lot of things about him. That Vlule's father was murdered by the child state of Sawyer. His father was an educator. His late father was an educator. He was murdered by the child state of Sawyer when that Vlule was just as young as 10 years, approximately 10 years of age. He witnessed a sin. So if the other people, they would say, oh, why this happened to me? I mean, psychologically, it will affect him. I mean, you will say, oh, wow, I cannot do this. I cannot do that. But God brought him into this country. He had every reason of being a drug addict. He had every reason of being a smoker. He had every reason of being an alcoholic. But he chose a situation to turn his life, to make positivity that other young people who are faced with similar situation will say, yes, even though this is the case, but I will rise up because that is not the end of life. So we are proud of that Brulé having a law for Nima County. He was one of the founding members of the group we call UNICO in Indiana. The fact of the matter, I stand to be corrected, he was even the first president of that group. So we will be able to share. Anybody that is watching, you are welcome to share the life. That of being a mental health person. If you are struggling with anything, his line is open. You can call him. And at this time, we'll ask Leon to play the theme song while we share the life. And momentarily, that of Luda will be in studio.
She here to give you the best. Come and listen, everybody, to Santra TV. We here to give you the best. Oh, come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Santra TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Santra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Santra TV. Veronica the boss for Santra TV. She here to give you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Central TV.
I love
Central TV is here. We here to inform you.
Over to you. We have the Veronica in studio. Let me know whenever you're ready to bring him over.
Yeah, I'm ready for Dr. Brulé. Wow, we want to say welcome to you, Dr. Brulé. This is Sandra TV, the online TV. I have said all of the thing about you, and everybody is kind of anxious to listen to Dr. Brulé. I am also excited to have you in this studio. We want to say welcome in your accent. We did all of the introduction, all of the bachelor degree, the master degree, and the PhD, and we told the audience that you are a founding member of the group we call UNICO in Liberia, the Indiana branch. And we also told them that you have a PhD. So, Dr. Brulé, besides all of the introduction we just did, what can Dr. Brulé tell us about Dr. Brulé?
Oh, wow. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Veronica, and to the producer for today, and to all the listeners, and all those that tuning in to listen to us. Well, Dr. Brulé is a Liberian living in the U.S., specifically in the state of Indiana in the Midwest. I am a Nibians, a founding members of Unico, Indiana, and I am a survivor of Liberia Civil War and a son of Nimba County, like I previously said. I walked through the fire of the Civil War, emerges with a deep responsibility to heal the wound that the conflict come with. Beyond my PhD or beyond the titles, all the titles attached to my name, I'm simply a dedicated, person to community service. I actually look into the underserved community because I hold that dearly to my heart. and those who are unprivileged to, certain opportunity in society. My focus is mostly on those people, and I serve with dedicated mind, with bringing them to where they are, and I'm dedicated meeting people and leaving them more better than I met them. So Dr. Bruder is just a simple, Liberians just here trying to make living.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fleur. That was great. That was great. Again, we are pleased to have you on Central TV. This is an online TV. We are here to bring people stories that will motivate other young people out there. We are here. We come on show 4 times a week. We have a youth prime time. If you have any smart youth in your community that you think can contribute to this channel, we will appreciate it. We also have that time is where all the young people go together and talk about varieties of things that will benefit other young people who are even out there fighting drugs or alcohol, whose story have not been heard. People are not giving them the opportunity to hear the story, but people just judge them because of what they currently see. We also have the Women Hour, which is on Thursday. We give the women the opportunity to let other women know that even though you are married, even though you are in a situation, but you are also a woman and you are also a human being, you can contribute to society. We are graduated from a world where women sit and men do everything. And we are also graduated from a world where women are abused because they are women. And also we have Inside Liberia that is hosted by the co-host of this TV channel. Inside Liberia is we talk about varieties of things in Liberia, maybe politics, maybe anything in Liberia. But today we have a leadership dialogue with you. Dr. Zurule, we have heard a lot of positive things about you. Can you tell us, in establishing, knowing who the kind of good Nima County people are, you've been very young. In establishing the Indiana Nima County group, what was some challenges and what was some achievement that were there in the process of establishment?
Uh, it was a lot of good things in bringing the people of Nimba together here. And since I got in the U.S., I've been, involved with a lot of community service. When I was in Philadelphia, I lived in Pennsylvania for about 5 years. When I was there, I was involved with funded an organization called ABC Men. What ABC Men used to do in Philly is, get out to elderly folks, especially the elderly folks, in terms of how you call it, helping them, just as simple as shoveling snow in front of their houses. Those in the nursing home, we go there, we sit with them, we pray with them, we play games with them, and the younger folks, we guide them through career and stuff. So when I came to Indiana about 11 years ago, I Liberians, at that time in around 2013, 2014, to find Liberians here was hard. When I got here, I was looking for Liberians to socialize with, looking for Liberian churches to go to, and what have you. God being God, a lot of Liberian moved here later on, and we are a lot here now. Thank God for that. Yeah. So I actually got involved with Unico in 2022. I went for the first, my first Unico convention was in Ohio in 2022. When I went there, there where the motivation came from. My involvement, at that convention. In fact, everybody that met me, for some reason, they just saw something in me, and everybody kept calling me. You need to fund a Unico, you need to help fund a Unico, chapters in Indiana and what have you. So I kind of challenged myself. It was not an easy thing to bring the people of Nima together. It's not an easy thing. It would take a resilience, person to do that. And I reach out to the elderly folks. I reach out to the younger folks, and we try. And today, with the help of the current vice president, because every challenges that we're going through, she was my go-to pricing. I would call her. I would say,
Wow.
hey, Madam VP, this is the obstacle right now for me. This is the roadblock for me, in making this happen. And she would travel from Ohio, wherever she is. She would travel from there and come here and sit with the people, and along with other elderly folks that believe in the dream. We sit with the people and talk with them, and just encourage them. Today, Unico, Indiana, I would say is one of the best in the chapter.
Oh,
Unico,
wow.
Indiana, yes, is when you're talking about Unico chapters, Unico, Indiana is among, I would say, the top five. Yeah, which
So
I'm
you
happy.
think Unico, Indiana going to win the Queen contest? Because Georgia is preparing massively.
Unico, Indiana is not yet prepared, to do anything, like that, to take part in the Queen contest right now. I believe that the current president of Unico, Indiana, she's one of the well-known person in the like in Nimba diaspora here. Uh, Her name is Vera Hamu, and
Okay.
she came from how you call it, New Jersey here, long time ago. So she's well known. A lot of people know her. So I talked with her about that. Even bringing the Unico convention here, she said we're not ready yet. We need to see the readiness in our people before we bring such a huge programs here. So yeah, but Unico in that we are together. We are together, and it's good to have a community. Even my ascendancy to the Liberian Indiana community's presidency, I stood on the foundation of Unico Indiana community. When I share with them, they push me through. They say, okay, since that's what you want, you got our full support. So that's what got me to where I'm at today. Even with the board of you, with Eula and what have you, these are people. Anything I do in Indiana, I turn to my community, which is Unico, Indiana. For guidance, for support, and what have you. If I don't see the green check from them, I cannot go. I cannot push forward because these are the supporters that I have here.
So that means I encouraging everybody before you go out there to take leadership role, make sure you got your constituents. What is the country for which you are from? Because that country may be your support system.
Exactly. That's been, my dream of every time I'm talking to younger folks like myself. I talk to them and say, look, do not take community service lightly. When I read about Barack Obama is Barack Obama today in the world because of a community, the South Side Chicago. It's the South Side Chicago community that pushed Barack Obama to where he is today. They took him from there to the Senate, from the Senate to the presidency. So community, do not take community for granted. I know we all have different opinions, different, ideas as to how we want to see community organizations, or when we're part of a community, how we want to see it, run and what have you. But at the end of the day, we all can disagree and agree, right, on issue. And we are borning our children today. We need to leave a solid and unifying community for them. Tomorrow, if my child wake up tomorrow and say, oh, I want to become a governor of Indiana, the first place that my child going to turn to first to start holding meeting, for her governor or his governor position that they want to seek for is the Liberian community in Indiana.
That's true.
That's the first place they're going to start from. They're not going to leave their Liberian community and go to the American community. First, they have to see that support from their community. They have to sit with their people and talk with them before they can even go to other community. So community service is very huge. So especially we that in the diaspora, this is not our home. With the accent we get a lot of obstacles. We got a lot of roadblocks ahead of us. So we need to stick together and unify in a unifying form to be able to progress. in whatever we want to do. You cannot do it without your community. I don't care what anybody says.
That's a great response. That's a great response. Dr. Florida, you were born in Nima County. Um, and you survived the Liberian Civil War, very young age. How did those early experiences shape your worldview?
Thank you so much. Those experiences taught me that life is fragile, but the human spirit is incredibly resilient. That's one of the things I learned from those experiences. As a young man born in Nima County, father got killed when I was just 10 years old. Coming up after my father got killed, life became very, very much tough. I have to become man before the age of becoming man, for myself. So growing up in a rural area during the war, I saw how quickly system can collapse. I saw it, you know, I value from that experiences. I value stabilities and justice deeply, you know. Yeah, that's why even led to my degree in criminal justice, it also installed in me survival mindset, not just for myself, but for the community I belong to as well.
Wow.
Survival mindset. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see that you know, sometimes when things happen, so we just look at the negative,
Mm-hmm.
but it shifts me to be where I am
There you
today.
are.
Yeah, where I am today. So my worldview drive everything that I do now, from that experience, from my research to my leadership for whatever that I do right now in life in this US with the state of Indiana, because I work for the state government here and
Oh,
what
wow.
have you. So those things, those experiences is what got me to be where I am and the mindset that I have for life.
That's great. That is so great. At least you turn your negativity, I mean your misfortune to positivity. That
Exactly.
is really great. So in growing up in a rural community with limited resources, what kept you focused on education?
Hmm. I saw education as the only truth exit to strategy. Yeah. From poverty to instability, education was the only way forward. Because I grew up, my father was the only educated person. I think he had a bachelor degree at that time. My mom did not go to school. You know, he read BA on the wall. My mom would not identify it. Um, my brothers and sisters, immediate brothers and sisters, uh, they're not really ready to that, standard. I push myself
Wow.
to break that barrier. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I thought it was that this is not a curse on this family, that we can't go further. And when I had the opportunity to come to the US, the first thing that I did was, the first thing that was on my agenda was education. When I got here, um, I I was underage to sign up for financial aid for myself. So at that time, I could not get financial aid. So I waited. At that time, the Pennsylvania law, you had to be 24 to be able to sign up for financial aid for yourself and what have you. So I
Wow.
have to wait and turn 24 at that time before I start school. And when I started school, I
Mm-hmm.
could not stop until I got the title today, a doctor title. I could not stop. I started school in 2012 to this time until last year, October. That's the end. I was consistently in school. In fact, my friends then used to say, every time we see you, you in school. Every time we see you, you in school. Why you want to do with school so much? So education was the way forward. I wanted to break through the ceilings. I realized that while war could not take from me away from home, the passion, the resilience and what have you, it could not take away what is in my mind. That's one of the things I thought. War could take other stuff, but what is in my mind, war cannot take it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that
I
is
I
so.
yeah, I decided to I was hunger, I was too hungry for education and break that yoke and be I was the first in my immediate family to finish high school, first to get college degree, and first to be called a doctor today. I know
Hmm.
my late father, when I was graduating, working on that stage, for my doctorate, degree, I shed tears. I say, what would my father, say if he were alive today, of me? So, and my mom came to the US. I brought her here. Unfortunately, she had a stroke. Up to this time, she can't talk, so she lived with me. She can't talk. So all those things, when I turn around, I see all those things that would stop me from going to school because my mom came here 2015, 2018, she had a stroke. Up to this time, she can't talk. So these things will stop me from going to, from going to school, but I still push on, you know, I still push on to reach to that level. And I'm grateful for the people around me, the people I associate myself with, the community I live. These are the people. One thing that kept me going. So, Veronica, when you call me and say, "Yeah, how you doing today?" I don't take that lightly. For the fact that you sat there by yourself and called me and say, "How you doing? How is school?" Yeah, you might take it as simple, but I don't take it simple. So tomorrow, that alone kept me going. Tomorrow, if I feel up quitting or if I feel up, taking a break, so I will be thinking, if I not call me today and ask me how school, what answer do I have to give Veronica? That I'm not in school. No, I don't want to be seen that way. So let me keep pushing. So those things, those kind of words kept me going. And today, I'm grateful for everybody around me, the community I found myself, and the family I'm surrounded with. So they kept me going. So education is a way forward. Just to cut it short.
Wow, that is great. Anyway, you answer the. Just want you to just throw a little light. Maybe you have said something about it. You migrated to the United States in
Mhm,
2009.
mhm.
What was the most difficult adjustment you had when you had to make
Hmm.
when you migrated, like accent, all the one?
Yes,
What was the most
the
difficult adjustment you had to make?
the shift from collectivism culture, the collective culture we have in Liberia,
Mm-hmm.
to an individualistic one like we have now. Because this is an individualistic culture we find ourselves in today, and in Africa, it's collective, right?
Right.
It was a hard one for me. I had a cultural shock. I had a cultural shock when I came here. Uh, my first interviews and stuff was on the phone. I could not understand correctly what that lady was saying on the phone, and I had to beg her to go in person and sit with her in person instead. And they understood. Some of them understood, and it was hard. In the U.S., you often expect to navigate a system entirely on your own.
Mm-hmm.
you know it's not like in Liberia. You're navigating a system on your own, navigating a professional landscape,
Yep.
learning how to translate my experience into credentials that the American system respect
Mm-hmm.
today. So so navigating those systems on my own, it was a tough one. It was a mountain to climb, but it required to relearning everything that I learned from back home, how to advocate for myself without losing my cultural identity, all those stuff. So it was a hard one for me, but again, I had to take my time and navigate it through, and with the help of again community, and with the help of family members and friends, You my father used to say, one thing I learned and I take from my father, he said, if you hanging out with somebody and you're not getting something from that person, you know, don't waste your time and continue to
You
and
can continue hanging with the person because you're
hanging
not
with,
going to get anything.
you're not going to get anything. So I took that, a time when you used to say we used to take it for granted. But when I started living on my own, especially in the US, all those things started coming back at me. That okay, these were words of wisdom that I
Yeah.
needed to really, take to consideration now. And one time I called my uncle, Dr. SP. I called him, I was like, thank you. Thank you for everything you used to say. We used to take it for granted. Thank you. You know,
Hmm.
yeah. I sat down one time, I called him, I said, thank you so much for everything you used to say. Now, it coming back at me and I'm seeing
I'm
the
feeling it
reality
now.
of life.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I choose my friends wisely.
That's
Some
nice.
of those things kept me, going and navigating the system. I choose what kind of conversation I'm having. When I'm having a conversation, I should take something that will add to where I am. If I'm here today, I should take that thing and be up here tomorrow. So those things, it kept me going, and I was being so curious too to know things. Curiosities too, kept me going and navigating the system. And today, I'm not going to say I know everything, but I can work my way around the system.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's really strong message for young people around here who just go by the crowd, who just follow any group they see. They don't make decision. They don't have choice as to who they want to be their friends. That's a really powerful one. Was there a defining movement when you knew psychology and mental health advocacy were your calling? Was there any defined movement when you knew that, oh, you are called to do psychology, you are called to do mental health, when you decided to make that decision? Was there any, to be an advocate? Was there any defining movement?
Yes, coming up in a war-torn country like Liberia, that one thing when I was in high school, I was really dying to do was international conflict, peace and conflict resolution. That's the thing I really wanted to do it. In fact, when I got to the US, I still wanted to pursue that degree, but I found out that there's only two schools in this country that offer that particular course. One is in Philadelphia, the Acadia University, and the American University in Washington, D.C. Because of my status, and I didn't want to just be moving here and there. I wanted to keep focus and stuff. Uh, I applied to the one in Philadelphia and I got accepted, but the school fee was too much. So I said, I don't want to, get myself into that. In fact, when financially everything came out, I was left with something like 10 to 15,000 now to pay out of my pocket and whatever. I said, nah, I cannot afford that. So let me do something. So when I'm looking at the system, looking at the injustices, especially in Liberia, I say, you know what, let me try criminal justice. I went to school for criminal justice. I got my bachelor's in criminal justice. I actually really wanted to become a police officer. I tried here in Indiana everywhere. Oh, that time, the time I was trying, they didn't even want to see black men in our role. Everywhere that I apply, every city that I apply, I can say almost all the police department, every city in Indiana here know me because I took tests. I was the only black people in among them each time. It was it was something, but it was a good experience that I went through. Then I say, you know what? Criminal justice is a big field.
It
Let me
is.
not just focus on of police being a police. I can still try something else. Then one time I was watching a TV series called Prison Break. And I say, you know what? Watching this TV series, I think it's something, something is speaking to me that I'm going into this field and see. Working in the prison was a life-changing movement for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it, God was trying to block me from being police officer and
Hmm.
bring me into the prison to really see my calling, into where I am now today. So when I got in the prison, I started to learn what really causing people to commit crime, what really causing people to enter in prison, and the mental health sectors of our kind of assessing every aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I sat down, say, you know why? Let me see the mental health aspect of this whole thing, what causing people to come to prison, and when you come to prison, the mental health challenges that people face, or all those stuff. Now that I'm in the system, I say, no, let me go back to school. After 2 years being a correctional officer, I went back to school. And international related course have always been on my mind, because
Wow.
I didn't want to limit myself just in the US or the US way of doing things.
Yeah.
Because everything I do right now, people, if you follow me, you will get to know that everything about me is about Liberia. Yeah, everything about me is about Liberia. I want to go back home. I want to, make a difference back home. I feel that America have the help they have. If I learn something, the people back home should be able to benefit.
Benefit from it. Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
people back home should be able to benefit. So I think, well, instead of just going to school and becoming a clinical psychologist or this psychologist and what have you, I still want to do something international related. So I started to research, is there anything called international psychology or global psychology? Yeah, and I came across the school called the Chicago School of Professional Psychology, and it was called international psychology. And when I read about international psychologists and I seek advice from the school, advising board, from the admission officer, everything, it just suit exactly what I wanted to
Why
do.
you wanted? Wow.
Yeah. So with no delay in 2018, I enrolled in our program. 2019, I would say 2019 December, I was done with that master program.
Wow.
Yeah. So I begin to work with the mental health or settlement of the whole prison setting in the state of Indiana. Yes, started to work. I said, you know what? Let me go further into this program. I went back in 2021. I enrolled back in the same program with my PhD. The defining movement there is, as I was working as I'm working in the prison and looking at all those things with a country with a lot of resources, and people still have some limitation when it comes to mental health in the prison setting. I say, how does it look like in Liberia? Everything I do here, I'm thinking about Liberia. Even when I'm writing a paper, I'm thinking about Liberia. How does it look like over there? Everything we went through, it caused mental problems for our people. So you know what? I will go and do the PhD, and I want to assess the mental health of incarcerated individual in Liberia in the Monrovia Central Prison. When I first proposed that as my research for my doctoral research, my advisor was like, this is a tough research for it to be approved. If you want to graduate at it, I don't think this is going to get approved right away. It will take you long time for it to get approved. I said, let's try it. I said, this is what I'm passionate about. I need to try. I need to see what is going on. Yeah. And she convinced me to change that topic. I said, nah, I cannot change it. I'm here to defend it. I will defend it. Why I'm so passionate about it, why I want to do it. When I met with the board, I sat with the board and I explained to them why I want to do this. They were like, wow, you're so much passionate about it. So I went through the process. It was a long process for it to get approved from the school. I got approved. I went to Liberia in 2025 January for my research. Yeah, I was there for the month and I conducted that research. It was a breathtaking research, first of its kind in the country for prison for the mental health of the prison setting to be assessed in our country. My research is the first of a kind, and which I'm proud of, and I want to even continue it more. I want to do deeper research into that. Yeah, so I just felt that um, mental health was the way forward because with everything that our people going through, you see the noise in the country. There are some underlying need of what is going, what causing the noise. Even down to our leaders, there are some set of mental problems that we all are going through that we are not being diagnosed of, but we think things are just normal. Like the other day I was saying, I'm watching this musician called, how you call him, this one of the musician you on the street, people be playing phone out of him and stuff.
10:30. 10:30.
10:30, 10:30, yeah. So I was watching, I was following, I said, this guy need help. But people think that, it's normal for him, and people taking advantage of him. Now that he's in the public spotlight and he getting, that connection and what have you, I think somebody need to, be wise enough to rehabilitate this man, because of his talents and what have you. But nobody is looking at that. And everybody just thinks things are normal in the country. I feel that international psychology, as an international psychologist, I feel that we all can make a difference in our country. So
Dr. Furua, you did your research in Central Monrovia Central Prison.
mhm.
What are some things that broke you down in doing your research, and what are some things that lift you up? And secondly, what is prison mental health often ignored, and what are the long-term consequences of neglecting them?
Hmm. 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 Prison mental health. Price. The first thing that broke me down when I entered the prison, the people, the entire country only have one mental health facilities in the country with 80 beds, which is the E.S. Grant Mental Health Hospital. Because my research was also connected to them as well. Um, and these are the people that hospital when prisoners going through mental breakdowns and what have you, they take them over there, for the assessment. And they send people in the prison to do like group therapies and what have you. The thing that really broke me down, there is no private place for those clinicians to really carry on their practice. They say I'm a prisoner and I'm going through therapies. They will bring me outside in the middle of everybody. They sit me there for therapists. There's no private area for prisoners. To people with mental problems.
That's dangerous, though.
Yeah, it is dangerous. And like that, you will not see people opening up with the stigma attached to mental health in the country. You will not see people opening up with their problems. So a lot of people in our prison living with severe mental problems because of the condition. They're not even opening up to anybody to even talk about it. So at the end of the day, people die, and people get confined in cells without light and what have you, because they don't have the capacity of, there is no rehabilitation for people. That alone can create mental problems, especially you in that confined area. There's nothing for you to do like rehabilitation, like recreation, and stuff that will rehabilitate you. People go in the prison, come out more worse than they go in prison. So just the prison, just you stepping foot inside the Monrovia Central Prison, you will get, if you're not strong, you will break down. But again, there is still hope. That's why some of us are still around. Since I got back, I've been in contact with the director of prison in the country. I'm establishing what our terms are as Morovia Friends of Morovia Central Prison Diaspora, for us to gather equipments, for us to gather clinicians, gather the tools that is required to train clinicians over there and what have you, to get things moving. One person can't do it. It requires all of us, all hands on deck, that we say all the time, all hands on deck, to get it going. So prison mental health is, first of all, mental health problems in the country on the outside of the prison is. So what do you think inside prison going to be like? First of all, when people go in prison in our country, families tend to distance themselves from you. That's a stigma attached to going to prison in that country. People tend to distance themselves from you. Family don't want to identify themselves with you because they feel that you are dangerous to society. So there's no funding for the prison. There's no enough funding. There's no funding allocated for mental health specifically. So all those things is devastating to the mental health system.
So, if you are just joining us, this is Central TV. We are in studio with Dr. Jan Vloele. Dr. Jan Vloele is a psychologist, and he has passion for our mental health brothers and sisters, our brothers and sisters that suffer from mental health. Dr. Vloele here from Nima County. Today he been occupying, serving a lot of leadership position. He's in studio with us. We're going to take a break for 1 minute, and we will come right back to continue our conversation with Dr. Vloele. We'll go a little bit far off from mental health, and we'll ask a series of questions regarding his leadership. He's been serving a lot of positions. What contribution can he make to Liberia? What contribution can he even make to our county-based organization, our country-based organization in the diaspora? So when we return, we will be asking Dr. Vloele a series of questions. Now let us go on a musical break.
We the best now in time, listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Veronica the boss for Central TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen everybody to Central TV. We here to give you the best. Come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Central TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Veronica the boss.
It's great. Again, this is Central TV. This is Sunday edition, Leadership Dialogue. We are here today with our guest, Dr. Jan Vloele. Dr. Jan Vloele has served in a series of leadership capacity, and he has a passion for mental health. He has a passion of treating our inmates in a positive way because they are human beings too. He did his research and especially on Morovia City Prison. Well, Mr. Dr. Vloele, Central TV will be waiting to be part of your friends of Morovia Central Prison. Just get to us. We will be there. We got people in Liberia that will call in our show. Whatever little contribution we can make it. If you guys plan to even take a trip to Liberia and the time permit for the family and a job, and we will all go together as a team because we all need to make our own contribution in our country. Like you said, it doesn't matter what kind of education you acquire here. When they hear us speaking the way we speak, there's a space there for us. So we need to make our contribution because if we are sitting and pointing finger at the government in Liberia, what they're doing, what they're not doing, and we have the expertise, and we don't make our contribution, we'll always be talking until our generation will expire, another generation will come. So I was even thinking about talking to a few nurses, a few days that we can have organize ourselves to go back to Liberia and just have health fair. You see people passing around diabetes, their food, having diabetes also, but they're saying it's wish. And they will be wrapping it, they're not treating it the right way, but they considering it to be wish. You see somebody passing brutal hypertensive, but they still drinking the high king juice. And then when they drop, then they say, okay, that this person be wish me. Those educations need to be provided. You have a lot of mental health people in Liberia, people who are suffering from mental health. How can a human being get up want to kill his or her own mother? And then they will start to beat that person instead of trying to help that person.
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't know whether that person is suffering from schizophrenia, that take some spirit that in me go kill your mom, go kill your papa, but we don't look beyond it. And we will sit down and know it. And then when the incident occurred, that life is gone, another life is going behind the bar. We have lost two lives that we got protected before it happened. So again, we appreciate you with the answer the mental health, and we are really happy to have you here. We hope we'll have you another time again. You are heard leadership roles across several organizations. How do you personally define effective leadership?
Hmm. Effective leadership to me is about service and unity. Uh, I define success in leadership, especially effective leadership, but not by authority. Yeah, but by the ability to come together for a common cause. So effective leadership is creating a platform where others can shine. It is about listening more to the people you serve and being glued to that holds what holds the community together or what holds that particular organization together. So you can say you are a leader, then you just want to be the person there to for people to be serving you. For me, I'm a servant leader, so I'm always taking the lead for people to follow, make
So you're
people
trying to
feel.
say as a leader, you should be a servant.
Yeah,
Okay, again,
like
we
they
have
have different type of leadership style. Everybody have their own leadership style, but for me, my leadership style is servant leadership. You know, I can't tell you say do what I'm not able to do. In fact, I should set the stage for you to be able to follow me and do it. So effective leadership is making creating an environment where everybody feel belong. You
that's
know,
good.
yeah.
So, this is Sandra TV. We are here with Dr. Fulule. Today, Sunday, February 8th. We are on Leadership Dialogue. We have a call-in number. If you have any question for Dr. Fulule related to the topic we are discussing or anything that of help to anybody, even in your community, in your family, you can call our WhatsApp number 678-693-0180. Again, 678-693-0180 to ask any question you want to ask. Okay. That of ruler, how do you balance research, advocacy, and community service without burning out?
I set a boundary. I remember my why when I feel drowned. Yeah. I look at the work that I'm doing, especially with the um, the Liberian community here, with the Nima community, with the diaspora Liberians, which is EULA, and with other organizations I'm part of and board members of. I look at that. I also try to to balance all those things because I'm very much engaged into a lot of different stuff. So I balance it. I set that boundary, and I also practice what I preach. You know, so I prioritize my own mental rest in things that I do. Because if I'm not mentally stable, I will not be able to fully do what I do. So, knowing when to stop and when to continue is very important in what I do.
Oh, good. As a Liberian in the diaspora, what responsibility do professionals abroad have toward Liberians' development?
I feel that we have a lot of responsibility. We are the extended launch of the country. We have access to resources that people back home don't have. We have access to knowledge, and we got the networks that can, accelerate Liberia's growth.
And I want to agree with you 100% that of Lule, like most of your point is bringing as the direction I have been thinking on. That one of the reasons we have this online, we established this online TV. I feel that we need to make a lot of contributions to Liberia, like let's say JFK. I mean, we Liberian nurses in the diaspora, we can organize ourselves to look at the OB war in JFK. We can organize ourselves to look at a message war in JFK. We can organize ourselves to look at other places. That would be our own contribution. We don't even have to take whole continuum for the Liberia. If we can afford, that's fine. But can we volunteer? Can we see what people do? Can we learn from our nurses there? Can they learn from us? Are we protecting our people? Are we using 140 one time? How many times we using a 40 on the patient? How many times do we change a patient's 40? I mean, OB war. I will provide health education for the, pregnant women when they deliver. What they go home? Do they go home and bring the children later? Those are things that sometimes I communicate with my colleagues. Like, okay, we need to do this. We can just sit here be throwing the stone in Liberia. I mean, our presence need to be felt, and we can do it as individual. Because even if I choose to carry one can of Tylenol to JFK, I mean, what will it do? But if you bring one can of Tylenol, somebody bring one can of Tylenol, if we attend together, it's 10 can of Tylenol there. If each other Tylenol have 1,000 pills in it, you helping a lot of people. So I mean, I want to agree with you 100% that we need to make our own professional contribution to Liberia. We should not just wait and relax and condemn what Liberia not doing or condemn what Liberia doing. Because number one, some of us have traveled. Like you said, your uncle Dr. Vera used to say, when you go to school, it's a 2-person brain you get. Because somebody on your brain have added to your brain. So if you travel and learn a lot of things, the way of life in this country is different from the way of life back home. My 16-year-old son, at the time he was a baby, he knew that he's supposed to wash his hands before he eats. You know that when he comes from the bathroom, he needs to wash his hands. When he comes from school, you need to wash your hands. So one time I asked him, well, Bill, why you keep washing your hair every time? He said, Mommy, from school home, I touch a friend, I touch your boss, I touch something. Because those I have education they teaching there in school. Can we target the government school into us there? Can we say we want to? So students there, they got interest in psychology. Can we organize a symposium for them? So those are things, those are you that are listening to us today. Those are things we need to do as a team. That of us trying to organize friends Moreover, can we do it together? That of organizing friends and Moreover City President. We want it to be an umbrella. That when you go in, we go under that umbrella, even though the name is friend of Moreover City President, but we got passion for the OB war. We want to do something, but we want to do it as a thing.
Exactly.
So we need to carry our expertise, our professionalism back home. And give some of you back home know more than us, because some of you been nurses way before some of our born. Some of you been nurses before we became nurses. Your knowledge is more than us. We can even come there and learn from you. You can learn from us. We do together. I want you to save our people in Liberia. That I don't even believe common diarrhea can kill people in Liberia. Just common, if there's something they call malaria, something that is preventable. You can just see like, oh, this person that. And then what can happen is like nobody want to know what happened. 3 children die in one house. You're not thinking about whether there was virus in that house. Or the whole community, they saw some people, the children die. You're not thinking about the water. What happened to the water? Is the water when rainfall, another water coming from all over the place? But now they're looking for one old lady in our village, which is a witchcraft. So
Yep.
those are education we need to provide to our people.
Yep.
So again, I mean, I'm really impressed for the conversation. I hope we have another time again to talk about. Hey, again, Dr. Fude, what advice will you give young people who feel their traumatic past limit their future? Like for example, your case, your father was brutally murdered for no reason. You could have said, "I'm smoking, I'm doing kush, or I will just womanize, or I will just drink. My life has come to an end." So somebody that done this is that have gone through the experience. What advice can you give them?
It's simple, because of one situation happening today should not be able to stop your future. One thing that I learned along the way, like I first, previously said, my family, my immediate family, education is not a priority, you know. So my father, who was the breadwinner for us, who used to do everything, got killed when we were just little. When I was just 10 years old, he got killed. And when he got killed, like you rightly said, I was saying, you know what? I would just go in the street and just forget about every other thing,
Yeah, my
and
life has come to an end. Yep.
yeah, and just be, look for things that I would just survive on for today. But I was not looking at today.
Amen.
I was not just looking at now. Today, thank God I'm alive to see today. I'm looking at what will become of me or the family that I come from. What will become of that name, the name of that family tomorrow? That's what I was looking at. I didn't allow that one situation, my father being killed, to define my future. I could not allow it. I went as far as busting rock in the Raho community. I used to bust rock.
Wow.
Yeah, in the Raho community, yeah, if some of y'all know, to our listening audience, if some of y'all know, I'm one of those that live in the Raho community in ERWA, and I bust rock. I saw rock. I saw rock to be able to buy a slipper for myself. I saw rock to be able to buy or clothes for myself and stuff. Thank God my uncle used to pay my school fee, but I didn't just want to put all the burdens on him, like the buying clothes, what I need as a young man, and what have you. I didn't want to put all the burden on him. I appreciate what he was doing, taking bread away from his children's mouth, looking up to me as his little brother, son. I appreciated that. Every other thing, I was taking care of it myself.
Look at you now. You are a doctor now. You can't go bust rock again. You can't bust rock. No way. You can't bust rock again.
Bust rock? No. And yeah, it's not like I'm here to boast of it, but I'm just here
it's not boasting. It's just appreciating God and appreciating yourself. Nothing wrong with appreciating yourself. Nothing wrong with seeing what you have done. Nothing wrong with seeing your achievement and the level you have reached to tap yourself on your shoulder. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
I bust rock. So I came, you're right. I even told myself in Liberia I will be a doctor without a clear path of becoming a doctor.
Look at you.
Yeah. Without a clear path of becoming a doctor. And what I can still vividly remember, and today, that's why you see, sometimes when I start by slacking on going to church and serving God, that flashback can come. I can remember vividly in 2007, I was walking down 24th Street. Said that word just came from out of my mouth without even thinking about it, that when I finished high school, God take me from here and carry me to London. Now, London, I really wanted to go. London. And within that same time, God directed me to play DV. I didn't know about DV. That whole time, I didn't know nothing about DV. One time, I was coming from school, I was working in group. I saw this sign on the wall. And when God work in a mysterious way, you just need to be focused and just know what you want. You know, when I saw this sign, and this sign been there all the time we've been passing. I didn't know about this sign. I didn't see it. But the particular day, God just carried my eye straight to this sign, and I had $150 in my pocket. And that was the exact money to play DV that day. So when God carried my eye to the sign, I asked my friends that were working with, I said, what that sign? Somebody told me, say, oh, if you get money, and we were working here today and we all complain that we are hungry and we're not going to eat kobo. If you go to America, don't call us. Yes. Yes. So I'm saying that to say that when I played that DV, 2008, my name came out 2009, I found myself here. I found myself here after high school. And with that utterance that I want to leave from here after high school, and as soon as I graduated from school, I found myself here.
Power, life, and their lives in your tongue.
So don't let one situation to define your future. Always keep pressing on. God knows why everything happens.
The way it happens.
God knows. And always seek advice. Always ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Even the baby, don't be afraid to ask that baby questions. Say, oh, I don't know this. Can you please explain to me? What is this? Don't be afraid. So definitely. These are things that kept me going, and I want every young person that honor my voice today to know that do not let one situation to define your future. There are a lot of opportunity. Thank God we are in the digital world now that you don't have to be in America. Yeah, you must say, yeah, you way in Georgia, right? In Georgia and in Indiana, we say now here that we're together. So we are in the digital world now that you don't even have to go to school to even know how to, know what is going on in America. Yeah,
so
you don't
after serving Unico, Indiana, working on the board and serving Liberia community, and serving other group, and with the intention of trying to establish Friends of Liberia Central Prison. Do you really have interest again after maybe trying to establish Friends of Liberia Prison, where we'll be very busy? Because you just saying it that way that we got a subgroup. I'm just telling you about us also thinking about JFK, another subgroup. In the future, do you really are you ready thinking about some leadership role in Unico, maybe local or national?
In fact, yes. Yes, there is a petition on my desk. There is a petition on my desk, for Unico leadership. In fact, being the current president of the Liberian community here in Indiana, people asking, how will you do all of that? So I tell people all the time, I was a full-time parent, full-time student, full-time employees, and I went to school. I accomplished the highest degree in this world called PhD. I'm not talking about any other degree. I'm talking about PhD. There were, some places when you reach into that study, it takes strong, minded person to even complete PhD. Definitely. In this country. It takes strong-minded pricing.
It does. And you're very young. Very young. Yes. You didn't even enjoy your life that other people would consider enjoyment. You didn't travel from state to state to woman lives. You didn't do other stuff. You just put your hair in book and just study.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but we do have a caller on the show. If you are taking a call now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Good afternoon. You are now live on Sandra TV. You can go ahead.
Oh my God. Thank you. I'm so glad to be live on Sandra TV. My name is Paul Gloria Boka Maluba. And I am happy to see my vice president answering all the great questions. I'm one of the supporters for for the unique thing. And the good thing, I'm calling from the battleground state of Iowa. Just know that we are here and waiting to receive our incoming vice president, the madam, the women empowerment, and to my big sister Veronica, because I'm happy to call on the show. And to my incoming vice president, I'm watching it live. And like I say, I'm calling from the battleground state of Iowa. And our arms are open. And we are carrying you and our big model as president and vice president. And we all here running campaign and encouraging all Nimbalians to turn us. So thank you. And thank you for everything I'm following live.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Moruba. I know Gloria Foka Moruba. We've been knowing each other for some time. Oh wow! I tell you, big news. Anyway,
yeah.
We generally don't pop into people's news to know what it is.
I will come into that. Like I said, that's a petition.
We stand on the side and see it across the street. But
I will come into that.
Where would the conference be this year?
In Iowa. Iowa.
My God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, Central TV will be there, will be represented there by the grace of God, even though we will be voting to ourselves. But at this point, because of our role as media people, we can't really say who we're going to be voting for, but we'll exercise our voting rights and the body. So, the caller just said something big that I'm not aware of, calling you incoming vice president, and I just asked the question. I mean,
I was coming to that.
Coincidence?
No, I was coming to that. Like I said, when Nima called, Nima run in the vein. Nima run in the vein like the blood, you know. So when Nima called upon us, we put every other thing, Nima above every other thing. You know, that's where Nima is, you know, dear to our heart. So Nima is calling me. I cannot sit and say, oh, I'm too busy doing something. I have to find a means to serve Nima. It had not been for Nima, I won't be in Dr. Voluda today. It had not been for Nima, I would not be in the U.S. today. The Nima County today is the Nima County that we are all putting our effort in to do, you know, to make it better. So it requires all of us. So they called upon me, and our elders, friends, family call everywhere. You know, they said, this is, you know, this is the time. There's no other time. There's the time. We need you to go and help our mother. And she's a mother to me. I cannot leave her down. If I have the chance, I talk to family, I talk to my family, and they approve, and we are on the body. I'm saying, thanks to Sis Call, who called from Iowa, from the battleground state, and continue to talk to people over there. We are coming in May of this year, and we are coming. This G and McKay administration have set the momentum for this organization. First time in the history where a lot of young people are gearing towards UNICO. And the McKay and the Voluda, incoming McKay and Voluda will be the one that will take whatever legacy that the G and McKay are laying down. We're going to step on that legacy, and we're going to build it out even more than what we have now. We're going to bring our youth together, our children who are born in the U.S. here. We're going to connect them to our Nima roots. They got to know their Nima culture. They got to know what bound our people together. They have to understand that. We have to install in them that of which what is called Nima, which is unity. So in May, I'm on the body with the current vice president. We are coming. This is not a news. It's all over the place. And we are coming. We are coming with one word, unity, and to install in our children who were born here. It's about time. Look, when our forefathers built this organization, when some of us were not even born, when our parents were not even thinking about us, you know, coming on this planet, they found it on one thing, that they want to bring all Nibaians here in the diaspora together. Now that we are together now, so what next? Things are changing. So now we have to look beyond coming together. Now we are already together. We have to look beyond coming together. Now our children who are born here, as I listened to one of our children who are born here one time, it broke my heart. She told me, Uncle Yan, this our people marginalize us from our own community. We are not even, being identified as Liberians or Nibai, see our own community, the children who are born here. Yes. So it broke my heart. And I'm very straightforward on our youth. Look, we will come, we go to party, we party, we drink together, we laugh together. Our children will stay home. So it's about time now that when we even going to Liberia on the UNICO or December to Remember trip, we need to be taking some of our youth to go and tour with us in the various districts to see how our people, their brothers and sisters, are living, so that they will appreciate life. When they come back to the US, they will appreciate life. That alone is an education by itself to the children. So that's one of the things we are coming with, the Mackay and the Vulule, incoming Mackay and Vulule. But as of now, we still just, calling here and there because we don't want to breach protocol, election protocol. So we still calling here and there. But the time is coming, this is not a news. I'm on the body. I'm on the body as a vice presidential candidate to the current vice president.
Okay, that's a good news. I didn't know that. That was just a big shock to me on the TV. That's fine. We will also be getting to send G, who is the current president, to bring him on this show. He accept our invitation to really ask him some few questions. He been there for 4 years, right?
4 years.
So he can tell us some of his achievement, his legacy, he leaving for whoever that will come take over. What will be an expectation and what have he achieved? What were his challenges? So I will get his number from somebody. We hope to bring him to. Let hear from his side. I mean, another group. I don't know them, but they also want to come on the show. Which of course I said, well, I don't have issue with it. But again, I wish you well, Dr. Vula. We got 5 minutes to go to end the show. I wish you well. I want to tell you that your being on the show is very much helpful. I mean, very educative. It's very much praise that other young people will hear your story. And time goes by, I will keep writing you for us to do this conversation as a series on this show, because we still got a lot of information that should have been brought all year, but due to time, because it's not so much of the interview, but it's the aspect of the education. Because some of our children here, just little thing and made them to go in depression. Just small little thing will make them depressed. They don't want to go to school. They're doing drugs. They're doing stuff too. So your story will say, oh, is that of Lula? This can happen to that of Lula in Nima County. Where did he have running water? Where did he have electricity? Where did he have anything? And he can triumph. And today he is a son of the soil. He's somebody he's an international person. He can go anywhere and make his contribution. Our children will see your story, will hear your story, and then they can move forward, and they are trying to be pulled down by anything that will distract them. So again, we'll come after the election commission approve you guys, certificate you people to be on the ballot officially. We will bring you back to the show and to tell the Liberian people, the Nima County people, why you think they should vote you, why you think you are the best person for that position at that time. But we're not going to dive into it much because we don't want to break the election commission rule until you guys can be qualified, and then we'll relay it to a new radio station in Liberia. We'll relay it to your interview will be relayed to 2 different radio stations in Liberia, but we will give you the opportunity to give us your closing statement for today's edition, and we will also want you to come back, especially when the certificate, because some question I want to ask, I just want to, I cannot ask those questions right now due to the protocol of the election commission. So what's your closing statement, Mr. Dr. Vlula?
First, I want to say thanks so much to you and your team for having me here today. And thanks so much to the listening audience. Without them, we'll not be here. I'm very privileged and humble to be, on your platform today. And I want to say to everyone, don't mind the title, don't mind all the credentials. I'm your brother, I'm your son, I am your whatever way you want to call me that in our Liberian setting. If you see me doing wrong, don't be afraid. I'm still, someone who still need direction. I'm someone who still need correction. I look forward to everybody in everyday journey to for correction. You know, I don't know it all. Um, as an imbalance, I am seeking the position of the vice president position in UNICO National. If you are a UNICO member listening to us, uh, do yourself a due diligence. Don't vote for me because you know me or because I'm a doctor or because I have all the credentials attached to my name. If you gotta vet who is more competent, who will bring our organization, who will take our organization, help take our organization to the next level, who will unify our people, not just about the big show, the big talks, and the show off, but we need people who will also hold our tradition intact, respect our people, our elders, respect for our elders. So look, the time we still have time. Vet people when the name come to you. Try do yourself a due diligence and read about them. If possible, even call them and interview them because these are people that want to be your leader. Do not hesitate in reaching out to me. Like I said, I'm humble. I'm very much, down. If even from this show tonight, if there's something I say that didn't go well, I'm open up to knowing that and also correctly moving forward because that's the only way we grow and stuff. So I want to say thanks to everybody. I'm grateful that I'm on this platform today, and uh, we look forward, to another private edition of this discussion. Thank you.
Well, again, on behalf of Central TV, we want to tell you did not answer anything out of the way. Every question you answered today was very much excellent, educative, impressive. Uh, we are honored to have you on this show. One of our own sons. We are grateful and we want to say we are proud of you to reach the level you have reached. I mean, no parent can ever ask for anything less than your child having the head on the shoulder. Again, serving different leadership capacity. Again, I in the vice presidency seat of UNICO National. I wish you well, and we again will be saying after, just give me a call. We'll keep in communication. Give the team a call, or that okay, I haven't qualified by election commission, and we're gonna bring you right back here. And the neighbor
Yeah,
people will have to ask you why, all the why questions.
please, yeah, please. I mean, add this there. Just a second. All those things don't move me. Even the current government in Liberia called upon me. They called upon me to go and serve. Black Eye, the president, the late Grisby, and even Nyomli, all of them, they tired calling me, and I just told them that I'm little trying to put myself together here before I focus on Liberia. So all those things don't move me. It don't title don't move me. What move me is the human aspect of it,
Yeah.
because when I meet you, I want you to have that sense of humor about me than just looking at title and passing around, boasting of degrees or credentials or title or positions and what have you. It don't move me. So whatever come out of the upcoming election, we are all still dividing. We'll still work together as one people that we're doing now. So we are here, but I know we're going there with one mindset to win it and to help move our organization forward.
But I want to battleground state already now start sharing for you. And then the last time when I was passing somewhere in Georgia, I saw the Georgia having meeting, and I just passed because I'm a media person. I don't want to be into it. And then Georgia is one, Georgia is a funny state of Unico, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then,
I know that. Georgia,
the vice president, I don't know that what she was adding, man. That lady, we will invite her 2 times in a month in this place. She will be in the plane coming. We just cracking a joke, but I mean, like, you didn't go deserve better. You didn't go deserve somebody that will have the passion. You didn't go deserve somebody that will not be there for themselves. Like I said, I don't know Sarah G like that. I have seen I think once or twice. But I mean, due to some things I've not really been following Unico politics, but I think he's been there. He did with the help of his vice president. I mean, they did extremely well because I mean, it's not easy to take care of my people. I'm telling you. But again, he said we're all going to be going there with one mindset. I got a call Gloria to get my hotel closer to the event hall. When I get to what they play in Delaware,
Yeah. Where?
Well, get so I can be able to get my rental car and go in my journalist room and just sit out there, be interviewing everybody, going to people. It'll be fun. One thing I know about us Nima County people, when we're together, it's fun. We will disagree by the appropriate time when everything is dusted. We'll all go there. Y'all gonna name my ass you. Y'all gonna name my ass you. Yeah, it will be finished. So again, we are honored to have you here. This is how we draw the curtain on today's edition of Leadership Dialogue. And today in the studio, our guests have been Dr. Jan Vlule. And Dr. Jan Vlule hails from Nima County, and he has served in a lot of leadership capacity. He has a passion of mental health, looking beyond the mental health patient and taking that patient to be like ours and trying to help that person who is struggling for mental health. And he also has a passion for our prisoners. The way we look at prisoners in Liberia is different, and that year is different. We feel prisoners should not be in the good place, should not lay down to good place. So he also has a passion for it. He tried to organize Friends of Liberian Prison. I know it was something that way, but those are will know why it is. And under that banner, we'll be having a lot of things under it, to help our brothers and sisters back home. So this time, we want to say thank you, and we hope to have you another time. This is how we close the curtain for today's Sunday edition Dialogue with Leadership Dialogue. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
She here to give you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Central TV.